And now, here's your host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? This is Shaping Success. I'm your host, Wes Tankersley. Today, we're going to do a little bonus coverage on Andrew F. Carter. If you haven't listened to that episode, I would love for you to do it. I know that the audio is not quite the way that I would like it to be. We had quite a few technical issues with it as we do it on a vMix call, which is a Facebook Live show. Each time that we did it, we'd done it twice, 3 times actually. And the first time, we couldn't get the program to work because we had an issue with the server. The second time, we had to reschedule. And the third time, we still had issues with the audio, which is not very normal. I've done 34 shows now, and I've never really had that big of an issue with it. But I couldn't get the audio salvaged as much as I would love to. It sounds a little choppy, but there's a great message there. So if you have a chance to listen to it, please go back and listen to it. And if you can get through it, let me know what you thought. One of the things with all these issues that I kept having, Andrew, he would respond to me in certain ways after I would talk to him about it. There was something that he said to me that kind of stuck with me. So I want to start off with that. No weapon formed against us will prosper. This is from Isaiah 54:17. And that's the thing that really inspired me, was the fact that he would always look for a positive in the negative situation. And you can look through that however you want. You can look through that through the Bible. You can look for that through life. You can look through that through quotes or inspiration, even listening to this podcast to hopefully get inspired to be better and have a better message or a more positive way of looking at it. So Andrew has this kind of rise from the ashes story. If you haven't really listened to it, he was the product of a pimp and a prostitute. His parents had some choices that they made that weren't very good for him. He talked about how at times his mom was in jail, his dad was in jail, things like that. And he was kind of left by himself, and he went into foster care. One of the things about foster care that helped him, though, was it gave him a little bit of consistency, which I think that's what a lot of people always look for in life, as trying to prosper. So having consistency, having a good meal to come home to, having a place to go sleep at night and things like that sometimes will help you to have a better, more prosperous life. And he said that he excelled a lot when that happened. He talked a little bit about where he came to his faith in Christianity, and we'll talk more later on about him going to prison. And I asked him if that's where he found faith, and he could have easily said that that's where it was. You know, a lot of people talk about how they go to prison, something negative happens to them, and then they find God at that point. But that wasn't where he found God. Like a lot of us, I'm assuming at some point you do things because you want to impress a girl or a guy or whatever. He wanted to impress a girl. Her brother at the time had said that he could not date her unless he was a Christian. So he thought, hey, I'll go to church. I'll say your little prayer. You know, I'm going to do what I can to kind of impress that girl. And that's that teenage mentality, the things that you think about, you know, when you're younger. And so he did that, but it led to something else. He actually found God. He actually prayed to God. He actually became saved based on that situation, not going to prison. So he didn't have to go through some severe adversity to find faith. He just went through a lot of different things and kind of came to it in a pretty normal way, I would say. He tried to walk away at one point out of fear, though. He was going to church a lot, and he thought that there was too much pressure for him. He was going to be a pastor. That was his thought process, and be a minister. But when it came down to it, he was actually kind of point blank, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is where it's going. And he kind of just walked away from it because it was too much pressure. He didn't want that pressure. And then he ended up going to prison and came back. After he got out of prison, he kind of fought it a little bit and was trying some different things. He had a very successful career owning a gym previously before going to prison. And now that he got out of prison, he went back and, kind of did the same thing. He used his prison time to plan for that, creating a new gym and all this other stuff to create, money. That's what a lot of people do. But he found out that he ended up coming back. He came back to his Christianity, came back to his faith, and decided that he was going to become an ordained minister, which is where he's at now. And his training and things like that have kind of taken the back burner because this is what he's found. He's found that thing that he really is passionate about, that he really wants to do. And he's reaching millions through social media. He's posting on Instagram, doing Instagram lives, on TikTok lives, TikTok videos, 15-second prayers, all these things. He's speaking to youth. It's just a great story. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, I really hope that you can find something good in it. I really hope that you can get through the poor audio, which is not something that I would really, that I'm very passionate about, is making sure that you have the best hearing or audio experience when listening to the podcast. And that's just kind of where it's at. But I felt like I wasn't doing any favor by not posting it. I tried to edit out the most that I could and kind of get you a good message based on the interview and what I had. Hopefully you can find a way to listen to that. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the Mike Nelson remastered episode, check that out. There's lots of good episodes on the back burner. I haven't decided quite yet when I'm going to take a little bit of a break as we're coming up on the holidays and revamp a little bit and work a little bit more through this. I got a new mic. I got a new interface. The sound is going to get better as we go. Quality is going to get better. We're coming up right on the year mark of when this whole thing came to fruition. So I'm really excited to see where it goes in the future. Really working towards that. With that being said, if you could please do me a favor, like, share, and review. It only takes a minute to do it, and a lot of people don't. If this is helping you, if this is moving you, if you get any value out of listening to these successful people talking about how they've created their own success, as I've said millions of times, it's different for others. Please just take a screenshot of it wherever you're listening to it. Post it on your social media and tag me. It'll help me grow it. It'll help me reach out. We're getting really close to a big milestone with the podcast. I'd like to reach more, and I need your help to do it. And like I said, it only takes a minute. So until next time, I challenge you to find the shape of your success. Have a great day.